Hi guys, welcome to the Lost and Found Hostel. This is one of the most popular, best rated hostels in Central America. People say that it has to be a stop along your route. It is not because it is located in a city that is known for what there is to do. This hostel is the destination, and I'm going to show you why it is worth the hype. This hostel is located in the mountains of Panama in the north of the country, and it does require a 20-minute hike up, which is honestly, like, I died a few times coming up here with my 2 bags, so eventually I left one of my bags about halfway along the route and just went back for it later. So I'm really not looking forward to going back down. But anyways, we made it up here, and the location is pretty much in the cloud forest. There is lots of nature around and so many different trails that you can go and hike. But what we did was visit a waterfall and a canyon that are in the neighborhood. And I must say, I am already loving these activities and the things that there are to do around here a lot more than Boquete. I got here from Boquete, and I got to Boquete from Santa Catalina. I stayed at Agarza Hostel. The hostel was located quite far out of the city center. It was a 1-hour walk, but there was a supermarket at the foot of the hill 20 minutes away. I liked working on the balcony surrounded by the birds. The 10 to 12-hour hike to the top of the Baru volcano wasn't for me, and it was a good spot to catch up on editing. Everyone staying at the hostel would cook together and have dinner in the evening, which was lovely. It was also my first warm shower in Panama. I didn't do much there simply because the hikes were a bit too much for me and I just wasn't feeling like it. So I decided to just enjoy the peace and quiet of the hostel. Other popular activities in Boquete are going on a coffee tour to see how the famous geisha coffee is produced, or even a chocolate tour or workshop. The latter you can do at the perfect pair in the middle of town. You get to take home more than 3 bars of chocolate as well. Or you can just swing by for a lovely lunch. I went for the chicken curry empanada and tried their hot chocolate for free. After a few nights there, I made my way here. We took the bus to David, and from David we took the bus here. From the main square in Boquete, we got on a bus to David first. There we were guided to our next bus, which was a minivan with the end destination, Changuinola, and we got off at the hostel. Obviously, this hostel is not located nearby a city, which means that you don't have a supermarket nearby or restaurants, and you are completely dependent of the hostel. They do breakfast and lunch for $550. The breakfast is enormous, so if you get the pancakes, you can have breakfast and lunch all at once. There is a lunch that you can sign up for, and everyone has lunch together, which is really nice. And they do have a small shop where you can buy different kinds of food, and you can also prepare some of your food in the kitchen. But they have the world's tiniest fridge, so be prepared for that. And the stoves aren't great, but still we managed to cook up a few meals. There is also a bar, and it opens around 8, and the drinks are actually really cheap. You would expect that for a place that is a bit secluded, that they would take advantage and have high prices, but no, not at all. There's plenty of games that you can play. There's so many hammocks, as you can see, all over the place where you can just hang out. And yeah, it's really so nice. What surprised me the most was that the showers had warm water as well. I didn't think I would enjoy a bathroom in the forest this much at all. I paid a bit extra to stay in these pods, and we had blankets because it does get colder during the night. Because of the location, the chances of seeing wildlife are pretty high, especially the birds like hummingbirds love hanging out here, and they even have a rescued kinkajou. If you're lucky, you might see nocturnal animals like ringtail cats and armadillos. Good morning! It is my only full day here at the Lost and Found Hostel, which means today is a day full of activities. We are now on our way down the hill to take the bus towards the Celestine waterfall, which looks absolutely insane on picture. Everything will probably get wet, so I did bring my dry bag. And then we might take the bus back and stay on the bus a bit longer to also visit a canyon. So that should be fun. Nice day ahead, quite full of adventure. I'm joined by lots of girls that are also staying at the hostel. I had pancakes for breakfast this morning, and I could only eat half because it was that much, so I brought the rest to have as a snack or as lunch on my way. We walked down the hill and pretty much straight away the bus came by and we got on. It was filled to the brim, so we were standing up for over 30 minutes before making it to the waterfall. It was hard to find the entrance, which is located here behind the guardrail. As you go down, you reach the river and then you hike through the water up to the waterfall. Beware, it is really cold. We all screamed of enjoyment when we saw the waterfall fall into the canyon. We went for a quick swim and then we made our way back to the road to catch a bus in the opposite direction. We were going to the canyon of Gualaca. Along the way, we drove over the Fortuna hydroelectric dam that is responsible for 40% of Panama's electricity. The canyon is only a short walk from where the bus drops you off. What we liked most about it is that there were no other tourists here. There were only locals enjoying a swim with the whole family and even the dogs, and a few groups of friends jumping off the edges. We have made it to the canyon. A local gave me this strange thing to try out and it tastes a bit like a sweet fruit. At first I was a bit scared of it, so I dropped it because it looks like a worm or like an animal, but it's actually quite good. We have just gone for a dip in the water and it is such a nice temperature. It is much warmer than the water back at the waterfall. That water was absolutely freezing. This is so nice. It's also full of little fish and also not so little fish. Like there's some pretty big fish in here. But that's nice, obviously. It's part of the river, but it's definitely worth a visit. On our way back, we couldn't believe what we saw. There were a couple of woodpeckers in the trees just along the road. After also seeing some vultures, we were kindly given a lift back to the hostel by a lovely Panamanian man. And off we go again, with all the bags, up the steps. And this is just the way to the reception. I get why people like to stay here longer, because they just don't feel like leaving here with all their bags once they get up here. I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss any of the next videos in the Central America series. The next stop is Bocas del Toro, and let's say that this was a quiet before the storm. Also, my best friend will be joining me within the week, and I'm so excited. So definitely subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!